Yes, it's always good to make sure that the mic is on. So I'm just throwing some cards on KIELY RODNI, her case, and I believe that's how you say her name. It's out of Truckee. She's from Truckee, and it's gone missing around the Tahoe area. I'm going to be reading on her possibly tomorrow night, but this morning I just decided to follow my instinct and throw some cards down on her. And the first ones that I'm getting, I'm using that Caution Crime Scene Etsy deck. The first four that I'm drawing for her are, and this is kind of like, no kidding, right? Details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. Now this was at a campground, and just the visual here is a little concerning. So I'm just making note. And of course, the details leading up to her disappearance and hopefully not murder. But I think, of course, the longer you don't hear from somebody the way you should, it's not good. So the next card I got is in the future, the killer may admit guilt. And this crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific means. And finally, lies, deception, and a potential cover up. So that's none of this is too surprising. It's very standard for what typically goes on in a case. But having said that, I'm just taking note. I think they could be finding her, I'd say, relatively soon. Again, just a feeling. And I think this person's will try to cover up. I do think there is at least one male here that is responsible. And it does look like some sort of assault. They, however, not surprisingly, not going to be telling the truth about what went down initially. And then I think it looks like the guilt may get to them. All right. So let's pause this. It says an argument or a fight is a strong factor. A friend knows something. And the thing is, people may not even realize what they know. So hopefully the people that were there, and maybe somebody that was in at least an acquaintance or a friend is hearing something or may know something. Again, it might be an intuitive sense about who it might be, or they may hear things about an argument or a fight. There may have been somebody that she was arguing with, or who knows, may have had annoyance with prior, maybe, and the friend knows this. This is also possible with these cards. And okay, and here's where I think it's going to stop, because we're getting currently in prison for another crime. We know that that's not likely. So that's kind of my sign from this deck about what it's going to share. And I'm not real sure about this deck yet. And I'm testing it out to see how well it actually reads. So I'm going to utilize a different deck now. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to utilize the Dark Truth deck. Again, it's an Etsy deck. Okay. It's called The Dark Truth, and get it on Etsy. What I'm asking is about the person responsible and what we need to know. And of course, we want to know if KIELY will be found soon. There's a loss for words, it says. Hidden feelings. Well, those two are strongly reflective of each other. You know, loss for words and hidden feelings. Feeling like this person didn't know how to communicate very well, how they felt, and they may have harbored a deep attraction towards her and a frustration with their inability, I think, to talk to her and connect with her just like an average person would. I feel like they have low esteem deep down inside. This male does. Like, how do I, approach, and not confident. Feels like he has watched her for some, time. He's sticking around to kind of the background at first, eyeing her. I feel like it's somebody that was at the party and likely a peer, but I'm saying that because I feel like there's an immaturity here. It doesn't mean always that it is somebody that's actually younger, but definitely someone that has an immature lack of security, where their personal ability to, I think, talk to her is concerned, avoiding the truth. So they have hidden feelings, possibly, avoiding the truth that of anything that they may have done, or that she was not interested. Waiting too long. Okay. Avoiding the truth, waiting too long. I definitely believe this is somebody that's trying to avoid being caught for this. But it looks like there is a delay where waiting too long is concerned, probably in avoiding the truth, not realizing the truth, not interested, leave that person alone. Just because you're obsessed or whatever does not mean this person, you can just do what, corner them and take advantage or whatever. It's because it kind of has that feeling of somebody that's an obsessant and not confident, so they don't even try or to endure rejection. They can't face rejection. Cold shoulder. This person may have, I think she may have underestimated somebody that was watching her, maybe, and I think it annoyed her. I got that feeling before I don't know how well she knows this individual. I don't know whether it was that night or not, but definitely a feeling like not interested. And that with this frustration may have facilitated something that happened later. Well, it says third party situation, which usually is indicative of three. This person may, one or the, I don't know if KIELY, and I may not be pronouncing her name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I don't know if she had a boyfriend or somebody she was seeing, or whether this person already had a partner. This can also be, to me, it could be that she had her eye on someone else and not the person that had this obsession with her, that's eyeing her. They may feel that she brushed off or clearly would not be interested. I think they were observing her and watching her and maybe seeing that she was attracted to someone, maybe other than them. That's a distinct possibility. Intimidating situation. Again, I feel like this person doesn't use their words, or many of them. They just try to get what they can when there's a moment. That's my feeling happening. And there is some kind of a karma connection here playing out. This person's very selfish, so self-centered, and sitting it out. And this makes me feel like now they may not be joining the search party or things like that. That may stand out. And it would make sense, the self-centeredness, with this loss for words and avoiding the truth and acting on hidden feelings, and maybe taking somebody's disinterest in a real personal way that it's, disrespectful. Keeping secrets, walking away. There could be other people that know and just don't want to be involved in this whatsoever, but most definitely the person that did this. And I do think it's a male. Release the burden. There's a fern here. And this party was at a campground, kind of in the Tahoe area, feeling uncomfortable. I think someone's going to talk. Yeah, self-conscious isolation. I think again, this individual is kind of maybe awkward at times and maybe more of a loner or more isolated. Again, it feels like they have a hard time expressing themselves in a way that they think is socially graceful or intelligent, etc. They've very low esteem here, but to the point that they just avoid, I feel like, learning how to be more socially. So there's some kind of antisocial behavior here going on too. And a lack of feeling. I feel like the release of burden could also be this person taking their frustration out on her in an isolated area. Feeling uncomfortable. Yeah. And I think that was probably her wanting to get away. All right. And I think that's what makes sense with that. So I'll stop there. I'm going to grab a different deck. Now I want to see if she's going to be found relatively soon. I'm going to see if I can just tell with the cards. This is the Star Tarot, one of my favorite decks. A lot of people like this deck. And if you don't have it and you really like tarot decks, you probably would really enjoy this one. Mine is very nicely patinaed, actually, from use, where it wears up really well too. So, Kylie, and again, don't come at me if I'm not quite getting her name right. Rodney, will she be found soon? I get the Queen of Cups. I wish I knew her birth date. And the Hierophant. I think this is a guide. She's going to be trying to guide people to where she's at. There is a bit of a maze, though. Notice that with the Hierophant. I don't think that she is yet, with us. I feel like she's in spirit. That's interesting. We're getting a King of Cups. This could be her guiding her mom also. A King of Cups. There will be clarity. I think they're going to know who it is. They're going to find her soon. I think people that are searching, there's this, to me, would be like a grid as well of an area. I do believe that she'll be found soon. Clarity. There's the Knight of Cups. I think this could be her as a youth. And Justice. I do think they're going to find out and know who did it and find her. She tried to defend herself. And I think that this will be found by maybe a female doctor or forensics investigator. Regardless, it does show that she sought to fight back, and it also may be indicative of her being more on her own, alone. This person isolated her, I think, in some way. Knight of Wands, too much drinking, and they were seeking their own pleasure and being very pushy, physically pushy. Fool, taking a risk, and they feel like they got away with it initially, or maybe they're thinking they're going to get away with it. But I believe she's saying, no, I'm going to win this at the end of the day. King of Pentacles and Three of Cups. I get a sense also that she was welcomed on the other side. This feels like celebration. Let me just see what comes with it, though. Oh. Yeah, this is a male that may have guided her across. I felt like it was a family member. They know that it's going to be very painful for a lot of, obviously, her family that she is gone. but she has transitioned, or is rather transitioning. This card just feels more bright around the passing. I don't believe this is the suspect, but I could be wrong. Definitely somebody that was at that party, and she definitely put up a fight. There was an assault, and it did lead to her passing. This person was a lot, they were just able to overwhelm her with the 9 and the 10 of wands. But I think she put up one heck of a fight as she could, or she tried to. Okay. This is also a message about protection, and so that you don't get targeted like this by people, and especially if you're vulnerable. This person also may be known for this kind of behavior when they like someone, not, they're more obsessive, and they totally just overwhelmed her. The Wheel of Fortune, and they will be held accountable. And this is a karmic, again, connection and lesson that is coming. So I think this is another case that's going to be resolved relatively soon. And I'll just go ahead and put this up. I think Thursday I'm going to read on Trump for true crime. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Let me know how you like this. And I don't mean that in a weird way, but let me know if you can appreciate these readings. They're meant with the best of intentions to expose, bring some light on those that are doing this. Okay, and bring people's attention. All right, I think that's always good. If you appreciate it, please give us a thumbs up. It helps my page be seen. So I appreciate that. And have a great day. Have a great Monday.